Shut up. Yeah, that's right. I just told you to shut up. You are talking way too much, and this is what is getting you in trouble. Hi, I'm Ron Rhino Benor of Rhino Law PLLC, Monroe, Michigan. If you're in trouble, get Rhino, 734-333-7216. This is going to be my first vlog. Sorry, it'll get a lot fancier as we go on. But I want to get out some pertinent information to people. And one of the problems is you are providing too much information to the police. You are giving them information that they aren't even asking for. And the reason is, well, there's actually two reasons. Number one, as human beings, we try to explain things away. Number two, police officers are trained in a multitude of trainings to be able to elicit you to say certain things and also make you question what you said, make you go through the story multiple times to show the inaccuracies with your story, and also trick you. Because believe it or not, police are allowed to lie. They're allowed to say they have DNA evidence when there was no DNA evidence. The big thing is to shut up. We have this beautiful thing called the Fifth Amendment, meaning that you do not have to incriminate yourself. If you say you don't want to talk to them, that can't be used against you in court. The main thing is people always break this rule. I guarantee you, if you are ever called in to an interview room and you lawyer up, and I don't care what they tell you, that, hey, we got you and this is your last chance and blah, blah, blah. And once you talk to a lawyer, here's the thing. If they got you in that room, they either know and they want to put the final nail in your coffin, or they don't know shit. And I guarantee you, lawyering up, you will hear police officers yell at the top of their lungs, oh, fuck, because they don't have anything. If they had it, they could straight up arrest you. So why bother to say anything? Why give away any potential defense that you have? Why ruin your credibility if you actually have to testify in court because you've told 10 different versions, and every time they throw a little lie in, or maybe even a truth, that you are not able to use that in court because you just look like a piece of crap that has lied several times, so the jury is not going to trust you. And let me be very clear about this. If you have a prosecutor that is very good at cross-examination, and I'm going to tell you this is extremely rare because prosecutors pretty much suck at cross-examination. But if you get one, they will destroy you. I could give you a prime example. The Daniel Clay rape case that I was one of the prosecutors on. And I had the opportunity to do cross-examination on Daniel Clay. And I did not think I would like to take more credit for it because I do take pride in my cross-examination. Um, I would like to take more pride in it. However, if you're going to put it up on a tee, I'm going to knock it out of the park. Um, in his interview, because he just could not shut up, he he basically gave at least 10 versions of the story, probably more like 14, but they were associated with the story. And then at court, he came up with a completely new version. So, I mean, I was just able to make his testimony look completely unbelievable because he told all these stories. So, when I say shut up, I mean it. Shut up. You know, uh, there's if you really need it, I'll put a description of my a picture of my business card. Uh, I actually have these things in plastic. It's like a credit card, and it kind of lets you know what you can and cannot say. I'm not going to tell you this is the most original thing. Uh, other attorneys have done it, but I find that it's a nice little way of explaining to people what their rights are. Um, if you are stopped by the police and they begin to ask you questions, you don't have to ask those questions. You get pulled over in a car, and the first thing the cop wants to do is start asking, and this is going to be more state troopers, to tell you the truth, state troopers, highway patrol. Um, but they're going to want to start talking about, hey, where you coming from? Where are you going? What you doing? What you going to do when you get there? All that other crap. Do you really think they care about where you're going, what you're doing? Like, hey, I'm so bored, I just want to have a conversation with you. No, they want you to slip up. They want you to tell a story that doesn't make sense. They want to eventually make you feel so guilty that you will allow them to search your vehicle. So when the officer comes up, the way I was taught when I was a military policeman, however, we're talking about in the late 80s. It was a little bit different world back then. We were taught to say, hi, my name is Sergeant Benor of the Fort Bragg Military Police. And the reason I pulled you over today is I saw you run the stop sign back there. Um, Can I see your license, registration, proof of insurance? That type of thing. Now they just kind of come up and they start talking and, hey, where you going? What's going on? All this other stuff. So there is nothing wrong at all with politely saying to the police officer pulling you over, hey, why are you stopping me? And they may have a valid reason. They might say, hey, your tail light's out, your headlights out, you were speeding, uh, whatever reason. They're more than likely gonna have some legitimate reason to stop you. Not always, trust me, not always, but generally they're gonna have a reason to stop you. That's fine. So when they start asking you all these questions, you can just say, hey, am I free to go? You know, uh, if they say no, you're being detained. If they say yes, you just say, hey, can you give me my stuff back? And I'm getting out of here. All right. Now, keep in mind, this may result in you getting a ticket. However, I'm going to tell you, if you get pulled over by a state trooper or if you get pulled over by a highway patrolman, the chances of you getting a ticket from them compared to a sheriff or a city officer is a lot higher. Okay, so you're probably getting a ticket just by the fact you got pulled over. It's their job. It's what they do. Okay, so just politely ask, "Am I free to go?" If they say no, invoke the fifth. I'm not going to answer your questions. I want to speak to an attorney. Because if they pulled you over for a uh, uh, if they pulled you over for a traffic uh, violation, they have just as much time as it takes to get your information, run you, and write a ticket. So if they suddenly, when they start the whole, oh, well, we're going to bring the dog out and we're going to do this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. Well, you better hurry up because it shouldn't take you that long with your computer to write my ticket. Okay. But that's what they're going to do. Um, be very, very careful. Um, I have watched in my career several officers that really, like if they get you out of the car, and there's certain reasons they can do that, and there's certain reasons that they can't. And the problem is, it's really hard on the roadside to determine when they can and cannot do that. However, if you're out of the car, a lot of times they want to search that thing. Hey, what are you hiding? I want to search your car. Are there any drugs? Hey, I told you I'm not talking to you. I'm not discussing what I'm doing. Um, if they continue to go on with that line of questioning, I have seen officers do stuff. Well, I'm going to take a look in your car if you don't mind. Be very careful with that because, yes, you do mind. Say, no, you will not search my car. They have to have probable cause. They have to have a reason to search your car. Hell, they may even be dumb enough to say to you, hey, if you don't, I'm going to get a search warrant. Well, go get a search warrant. Clock's ticking. Because unless they see a bunch of bundles of cocaine sitting on your back seat, they really cannot search your car. But they're going to ask you permission to do it anyhow. And you are sitting here thinking right now, who the hell would do that? About 99% of the people that I deal with that get stopped on the road and are asked, can I search the car? And oh my God, they find the mother lode of drugs. And you just shake their head. All you had to say was no. All you had to say was no. So, by all means, please, whatever you do, shut up. It makes my job so much easier, and it makes the prosecutor's job that much harder. If you like the content that you've seen here today and you would like to see more videos of this nature, I would ask that you hit the subscribe button, which is down below there, and also hit the bell so you would receive a notification each time that a new video comes out. And if you would like a copy of my business card, it's plastic like a credit card, has the information on the back that I just told you about. Please send a self-addressed stamped envelope. It'd be cost prohibitive of me to be paying the postage on all this. And I'll send you 2 or 3 cards, and you can feel free to share this information with a friend or just have some extra copies on there. But my address is 19 East 1st Street, Monroe, Michigan, 48161. Also, let me know in the comments below if you have any sort of legal issues or questions that you've always been wanting an answer for or been dying to know about, or just how things in general work in court or in the criminal justice system or about law in general, and I'd be happy to answer those for you. Thank you.